So I knew that I wanted to do maths and physics kind of thing, but I also knew that I had a passion for something creative, and specifically at that time, it was doing radio.
Yeah.
I was so loving radio. So this is an interesting story. It'll get onto how I got into university and all that kind of stuff. When I was about 13, I started my own bedroom radio station. And it was called Lemon Juice FM. Juice. FM.
Right now, that'll be a popping radio station.
Yeah. Oh, you listen to Lemon Juice, mate. Yeah, love that station. And
play Juice WRLD all the time.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave.
You are now listening to Pree the podcast with your host Majaro.
What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Pree the podcast, episode 3. And you know what I'm going to say, Matthew? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Because we, and by we, I mean me and you listening and watching at home, are trying to build a community here. And by sharing this with your friends and family, that goes a long way in helping us do that. And without further ado, let's get into it. We're in. Finally. Do you know how long it took us to start? Like, forever. Getting a whole new setup.
Behind the scenes.
10
Honestly,
hours working on everything to just get everything sorted.
The amount of effort that you put in just to make this podcast, but it's good.
Nah, it's good. I'm glad to have you here.
Thanks.
So, without further ado, let me introduce you to my third guest, the man of many talents, the all dancing, all DJing, presenting savant, and host of B-Radio, Matthew Hammetty.
What are you saying, people?
Hey, my guy, what are you saying, fam?
This is
How
crazy.
you been?
This is so good. I'm good, man. Thanks for that introduction. I appreciate that.
Hey,
That was
not
nice.
just everyone gets this. I'm getting better, innit? I'm getting better.
It was nice. Yeah. You know these like American chat shows? They have like a live band or whatever in the background. You need one of them.
I need sound effects.
Yeah, when
I
they get
need
the
a drum
guest
kit. I need a cheers. I need some applause. I need some of that.
No, it's good to be here.
But how you been?
Very good.
Easter?
Apart from, so we both have one thing in common. We're both Man United fans.
Oh, is that? I thought we had more than that in common.
Oh well, yeah, true. But last night was bad. Man United losing to Liverpool, so I'm not happy about that. Otherwise, all good. It's springtime here in the UK, so
yeah, it was Easter. It was Easter
Happy
2 days
Easter.
ago. Happy Easter to everyone that's watching.
You know what? I went to Tesco on the Monday,
Yeah.
right, looking for my reduced to clear eggs. There was none.
Of course not.
They were still full price though. Full price. They had loads
Last
available.
Monday, as in bank holiday.
Yeah, as in straight after Easter. So they had loads of eggs still on the shelves, and I'm looking for the reduced to clear ones. I like a bargain. We're both from Manchester.
Yeah,
And,
it's better cheap up there. If you're ever a Londoner, you want to find somewhere that's cheap and easy, nice. Oh, the food.
Oh yeah.
Manchester's food is so
It's
nice.
so good.
London, I'm not gonna lie. London compared to food in Manchester, don't cut it.
No, exactly.
But go on.
Exactly. But no, I went there to get a nice reduced to clear Easter egg. None there. They were all full price still. So
Really?
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not an Easter egg fan. I prefer chocolate bar over an Easter egg. I feel like it's just too much effort having to break the shell like you're eating a proper egg and having to make sure you don't cut the bridge of your mouth on it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, it's not for me.
I sometimes I'll do the karate chop on the old Easter egg. That's what I do anyway. So yeah,
So
all good.
What'd you do with family? I don't think you went. Did you go to
No,
Manchester?
so from Manchester, I moved down south, and I'm away from family, which is kind of sad.
Yeah,
But I'm proper locked up into church life, so that's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a church person like that.
So I go, quite regularly.
Which church?
It's called English Martyrs in.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Did you say English Martyrs?
That's right.
Are you going to do a crusade anytime soon? No.
No, so that's it, and proper involved in the church. In fact, there was some really cool stuff that happened during lockdown. Obviously, with lockdown, people were going to go to church. They couldn't have funerals, weddings, all this kind of stuff. So I set up a live streaming whole
church service.
Yeah. So then people could still go and attend the funerals virtually, etc. And it was just it helped people.
Zoom funerals. Yeah, that was sad.
It's sad, but at least that's
at least it's something.
Yeah,
at least it's something.
Exactly. So, yeah, Easter was good. That's my life down here in Reading. Yeah, how are you finding life down here?
From Manchester, it's one of them where I'm from Manchester, but I've lived in different places most of my life. So, like, you're a migrant as well. You come from a migrant family.
Well, yeah. So my dad is Persian.
Yeah.
And my mum is Irish descent. But I was born in Manchester. Withington
Hospital.
Yes.
Not St. Mary's, no.
No. No, but I even have the evidence. So you know what happened? I've lost my passport. So I've had to get my birth certificate to reapply for my passport.
Oh, really?
And I've seen it. I've seen Withington Hospital on there, the dates, everything.
The time.
Yes, I'm legit. I'm real.
I'm Mancunian born and bred.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
yeah, so Persian background, which is obviously quite different. And your background as well. What's this?
Nigerian.
Nigerian.
So I came over here when I was 6.
Your story's actually interesting. You told me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I came here from Nigeria. I was born in Port Harcourt, a city in Nigeria down the south, near the Gulf region. My geography, all my Nigerians are gonna kill me now. It's literally, what's that bit of? It's a geography term where the water meets the land, and it's a port city. It's a port city essentially. Okay. So I'm a southerner.
Yeah.
Moved here when I was 6. First of all, I moved to Wales. To stay with my cousins in Wales for a couple of months.
That is a contrast.
Yeah. So landing in Wales, Swansea, chilled with my family there just to get a breath of what the place is like. And I was like, wow, this is cold out here. Like, I was like, is it really cold like this all the time? Like, really? But I came here on holiday and then came back again, moved to Ireland where my sister was born. So she's got dual nationality. She's an Irish lass.
Wait, do that again?
An Irish lass. Connor's gonna kill me. Connor's gonna kill me. But so she was born there, and then we moved to Essex, Braintree. So in London, and then that's when we moved to Manchester. So we've been everywhere in the UK, it seems like.
Yeah. And how was adapting to life in the UK?
Wow, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, the first of all is the weather. I wasn't used to having to wear big coats and all that. Other than that, obviously the accent and I don't even know. It was the accent mainly that was the massive barrier for me because I was literally fresh off the boat. I was speaking like, I wouldn't say pidgin English, but it's not my accent like it is right now. So that was the only barrier. Because obviously I was so young. Like, and a lot of it just went past. The only memories I have of being in school back then was my time in Braintree, which I only spent like a couple of years there. So it wasn't like, I made massive friends. But the friends I did make, it seemed like everyone was nice to have me there. I remember one time in Braintree, it was literally the first time I ever seen snow. I was literally looking at the mirror, at the window, and literally seeing these white droplets coming from the sky. I was like, hey, what is that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what's that coming from the sky?
Oh, that's so cute.
That's how I was. And then everyone would be like, going to the window to try and see what it is. And they'd be like, snow, snow, snow. And then the teacher would be like, no, everyone come back to sit down. And they'd be like, how come Majaro gets to stand outside and watch the snow?
No way.
And then the teacher was like, that's the first time he's seen it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, so...
Wow.
I was a fresh youth there.
See, I've not got any stories like that. So I've got a little bit of the opposite. So obviously I was born in the UK, and then I visited family in Iran. So when I was about
Iran.
Yeah, Iran. I legit like to call it Persia because it sounds way more exotic. It's the same.
Why is there two names then?
I think it's a historical thing. It was the Persian Empire, and then it kind of got changed under different regimes.
So like Istanbul and what's the other name for Istanbul?
Constantinople.
Constantinople.
Yeah,
Istanbul,
exactly.
Constantinople, Istanbul, Constantinople.
Been a long time gone. Constantinople, why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in post for sure.
Yeah, so obviously I grew up in the UK and I'm used to life in the UK, and then I landed in Iran and legit, this is honestly one of the first things that I noticed. So we collected our bags, came out the airport, got off the road onto the highway out of the airport, And as we're coming onto the junction on the motorway, we see a family of about 4 or 5 people on a little scooter. So it's mum, dad, the 2 kids, and a baby as well.
And wrapped up behind them or something.
Wow. And I was like, what the heck? Just like you with your little snow, the snow, you know, whatever. That was a rubbish Nigerian accent. I saw this and I was like, oh my God. And the locals just like driving around. This is normal.
This is normal.
Yeah,
this is normal.
I'm like, what the heck?
So you never experienced that life? As in life in Iran?
No.
You only, at that time, experienced, Western civilized.
Yeah, it was completely different. And you know what? It was actually amazing. It was so cool just to see the difference, and how it was just completely normal over there. The really cool thing is if you ever go to Iran, try and cross the road. No one stops there. It's just, they still have the zebra crossings like they do here in the UK.
Yeah.
But
no one pays attention. No,
it's a game. It's like that game, Frogger. It's an old school game. You'll put it in post. And you have to cross the road. And it was a big game in like the 80s where you just had to cross the road
without getting hit.
Yeah. And basically it's just Iran. So
literally, I feel like that's how it is in most.
I know
there's so many different terms. I don't really. I don't like third world country. I don't like developing. I feel like developing countries more.
Yeah.
Politically correct, but
it's just different cultures around the world. There's different attitudes to things. Like
in Iran, did they have running electricity?
Oh yeah. Everything was completely.
You guys are normal.
Yeah, completely normal. It was the only thing that was majorly different when you walk down the street, apart from all the crazy cars and whatever, was the sewage is kind of exposed in the streets as well.
Same here. You can smell it, right?
Yeah, you can smell it a little bit. It wasn't too bad or anything. It was just different. It was just different. Yeah. I mean, in the UK, it's just covered, isn't it, with the road and the little access holes and stuff like that. So, everything else about it was beautiful. The food, the people were so lovely. The scenery, the weather, everything.
Yeah,
wow.
I can imagine.
Genuinely amazing place. I've been very fortunate to travel quite a lot of the world. And Iran,
I can see Instagram. You've been about, fam.
Yeah, no, Iran is up there. It's got to be. It's definitely.
So, where did you actually? So, born in the UK, family from Iran. So, what was life growing up in Manchester? Whereabouts in Manchester did you spend most of your time? Because mine was Levenshulme, so central Manchester, Stockport area.
Yeah, no, we know Marcus Rashford. He's a
Withington boy.
No, he's Wythenshawe.
Wythenshawe, yeah.
I grew up on a council estate in Wythenshawe.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called Royal Thorn. That was the actual area, and it was. I grew up in a very great time in Manchester, which was the 90s, and Manchester was going through this explosion of music. So in the very early 90s was the tail end of the dance scene, the hacienda kind of thing. And obviously I was 3 years old or whatever. I wouldn't have known any of that.
Going into those club scenes.
Yeah, but I already felt it. I already felt that Manchester was alive as a city. And then I obviously then as I became more into music, Oasis, mid to late 90s, was just massive, and these Mancunian bands.
You're gonna be the one that saves me.
Keep going.
I don't even know the rest of the song. I'm not a City fan, so I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, I hate City. But growing up in Manchester, when the music scene was alive, the team Manchester United was, was incredible. The atmosphere in the city generally was so good. I loved it, and life just felt easy. Just felt great.
I feel like it's still got some of that energy right now, as in from my perspective, because obviously I wasn't, around that time, but I feel like it's still got that. That's why I like Manchester, because it
feels real.
It feels real.
Yeah,
it feels like it's probably because we're from there, so we've got family there, we've got history there.
It's a great place.
It's a great place. Transport's really good.
Lots of Gregs.
Loads of and I feel like there's loads. Yeah,
that was a big difference.
There's Gregs and literally pop-up shops that are Greg adjacent. So there'll be Martins. Remember Martins? Yeah. Down Stockport Road. There's a couple of them.
There's a Pound Bakery.
Pound bakeries. But there's also Pakistani, Indian bakeries as well.
Exactly.
Loads of them. Mancunian way.
Yeah. The big difference that I noticed though, so I moved down south when I was about 21, 22. And the big difference that I noticed was the Gregs to Pret ratio. That's a thing now, I've noticed. So in Manchester, so many Gregs, and there's barely
not really any Prets. I only really clocked prep was a thing until I came down south, right?
Exactly. And you come down south, wow, there's a Pret everywhere, hardly any Gregs. You know, the ratio is just
Starbucks is everywhere as well.
Yeah.
I can't really. Is there Starbucks? There's a couple of Starbucks.
It's popping
like
up now.
Like in the big places, though.
Yeah, it's popping up now, but yeah, it's big change. It's so that Manchester just feels so different. A great place to live. What do you think of it?
I love it. I just love everything about it. It's just the hustle and bustle of London compared to just. You can, if you want to be busy in Manchester, you can be busy. But if you want to be quiet, you can also be quiet as well.
Yeah, it has everything.
There's literally loads of like hotspots where you can go and find activities. Like football's in this place, you know, dancing's in this place.
Yeah.
If you want to go raving, this place. If you want like chill, jazzy, like hipster type places, Northern Quarter, the Gay Village.
Yeah, it's got everything.
It's got everything. That's what I feel like, and it's not too far from each other. Like you can just take 1 or 2 buses.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Oh
and
my
it's just
gosh.
so nice.
Everything in Manchester is 20 minutes away. Everything in London, for example, is an hour away. Yeah.
Even though it's closer, it feels like there's more density in like there's areas, but Manchester is just it feels like it's more wider, but you can easily go in and out through it. It's so nice.
Yeah.
So tell me, so you finished school and now you're going on to university. Where did you go to university then?
So I applied to a few places. I knew I wanted to do something with maths and physics. Because I was quite good at those, and I studied chemistry at A-level. I was rubbish at that. I did music technology, which is a bit different, and so that made me really interested in like how things are all connected together and how you make music and how the modern music is made, all that kind of stuff. But I remember I've got a really smart dad, you know, proper Iranian dad. You study hard. All this kind of stuff.
You know how it is. You know how it is. We all know how it is.
So he's very smart, PhD, everything, mathematician, physicist, and then I asked him what should I go and study? What should I do? And I was interested into physics and maths.
Did you ask him, or was he sending hints along the way of, I think you should do this, try this?
It was very small hints, but it wasn't massive. So I knew that I wanted to do maths and physics kind of thing, but I also knew that I had a passion for something creative, and specifically at that time, it was doing radio.
Yeah.
I was so loving radio. So this is an interesting story. It'll get onto how I got into university and all that kind of stuff. When I was about 13, I started my own bedroom radio station. And it was called Lemon Juice FM. Juice. FM.
Right now, that'll be a popping radio station.
Yeah. Oh, you listen to Lemon Juice, mate. Yeah, love that station. And
play Juice WRLD all the time.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave.
yeah, exactly. So I started off and give the link out to people at school, and they're all listening in and whatever. And then I'm talking away on the radio show, and all of a sudden you hear, Matthew, your tea's ready. All this kind of stuff.
I'll be back, guys. Here's a break.
Here's Katy Perry. So stuff like that, and then so I started this off, and then by chance he was like a behind the scenes producer guy at Capital, who was listening to me. He was like, you're okay at this. Let me train you up, whatever. And I've really got into radio. Then I kind of progressed into working for radio stations, etc.
How old were you at this time?
I was about 14, 15.
Wow, that's young.
So I did community radio station first in Wythenshawe FM. And then...
wow, that was proper professional.
Yeah. And then from that, I just got the experience, and eventually I was working for station. It's gone now. Was called Key 103, Hits Radio.
Key 103? It's gone?
Yeah, well, it's called Hits Radio now.
Oh, really? I was wondering where Key 103 used to go. Key 103.
Yeah, Mike and Chelsea in the morning.
Yeah, Mike and Chelsea. Yeah. That's gone now.
It's rebranded as Hits Radio.
That's what happens all the time. Remember Galaxy? I remember Galaxy. Oh my god.
Galaxy was the one.
I'm not gonna lie, there was this one story in Galaxy. I think I say it all the time to everyone who would listen. It was during the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna fiasco, right? And there was loads of rumors going on. Oh, they're broken up because of what happened. Oh no, they're back together. They're getting married now. So that the laws protect Chris Brown from what he did, because apparently at the time, I don't know why I thought this was a thing, you can't press charges against your husband or wife, which is definitely false. Like, don't ever think that's real, because that's not real. So when they started telling those type of rumors, and then I found out that it was fake. I was like, wow, they were telling this on live radio, this blatant lie. And I was like, nah, I think I'm going to get off Galaxy for now.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. That turned me off because I was telling people that false information.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
I was saying,
man.
oh my God, because I'm a big Chris Brown fan to this day.
To this day.
This day. And
his music's popping. It's good.
Everything obviously that happened has, stunted his growth in terms of where he could have been. People were saying he was Michael Jackson, blah, 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 blah. And then everything happened. And then I was thinking, no, he can recover. He apologizes. She's forgiven him, blah, 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 blah. And then I was telling everyone this lie. And then when I found out that was never true, I was bitter. I was like, you got me out here fighting my man's corner with this bogus information, and it's not even true. Yeah, get on my side. So when I heard they were rebranding, I was like, sounds about right.
Oh, serious? Wow.
Yeah.
I loved Galaxy. No, so this is all like the backstory before going to uni. So I had this really creative side. I had this maths and physics really passion side or whatever, and so I applied to to physics at the University of Manchester and a course called Media Technology at the University of Salford. And you would think the dad being the PhD would be like, go for that physics degree at Manchester University. It's a very prestigious university, Manchester. It's very hard to get into the physics especially. And he was like, no, go for the one that you're more into, which is nice, but also if you do a physics degree, you'll probably just go into a career that you don't really want to do. Like, unless you really specialize and go really far into it.
And you have a vision of what you specifically want to do.
You might end up being, none of these careers are bad. They're fantastic careers, but like a lecturer. But I didn't have dreams of being a lecturer, or whatever. Or working in banking or something like that.
Now you teach, so...
Yeah, well, yeah, that is true. We will get into that. That is true. I got into the University of Salford, and there I did a degree in media technology. And when I was at the University of Salford, I managed to I got top of the course, got really good grades or whatever. But I also was heading...
Slight flex.
Yeah, sorry
Slight flex.
I also headed up the student radio station there as well. And I was like a proper keen bean. And I remember it was Freshers Week, and I was brand new. And they said, Matthew, welcome to the station. Do you want to DJ for Freshers Week for us outside, in the university grounds? So I started DJing, and the boss of a nightclub there called 42s was walking. 42s. Yeah, was
so
walking up.
Talk about that place.
He was walking up around Freshers Fair, obviously dishing out flyers and all this kind of stuff. And he goes, "You're not bad. Do you want to DJ for my nightclub?" So I eventually got into DJing.
You're literally just out here and people are just coming to you. Hey,
honestly,
that's when the talent speaks for itself. You don't even need to advertise yourself. As long as you love doing what you're doing and you got a passion for it, people will come.
100%. So honestly, do that. If you got a passion, you got a talent, work on it. Some big things will happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about incremental improvements, man.
Exactly that. So I got into the student radio station, and then from the student radio station, they have all the student radio stations up and down the country meet up once a year.
Oh, wow.
For a congress. Yeah. And
for a congress? Yeah. Like this is the United Nations of 100%. Student radios.
Honestly, and they invite all the big names in radio to come along. So
so it's like the radio draft?
With the first pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select
Matthew Hammetty from Manchester and Manchester University.
Yeah. Honestly, so Scott Mills and Greg James and all the Capital presenters, all this kind of stuff, they'll come along, and you have to go and you go and meet them, you go and listen to what they talk about, like what makes good radio, all this kind of stuff. You learn about radio. And then they had this one specific thing called Demo Factor. So Demo Factor.
What's Demo Factor? Sounds dangerous.
If you want to get a job in TV or radio, you've got to make a demo of yourself, like a 3-minute clip.
Oh, so it's like a little CV type thing.
Exactly, but instead of writing a CV down, you just send them an audio file or a video file. And when you send this audio or video file to a company like Capital or whatever, the big wigs there will literally play a few seconds of it and go, bin, rubbish. They'll give you 5 seconds.
Wow, so that's cutthroat.
Yeah, it's so brutal because they get hundreds of applications a week. People, I want to be a radio presenter. I want to be a radio presenter. But well, so does everyone else, you know.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of talent and whatever. So the bosses of Capital or all these stations, they came down and did something called Demo Factor. Well, they'll listen to you as a student, your demo. So I sent mine in, and they have a buzzer, just like X Factor or whatever. Britain's Got Talent.
Really?
Yeah. And so they play your demo.
This is sick, man.
And one by one, people are coming up, buzzed out, next, buzzed out.
Is this just one buzz? No,
And
not three.
they get 3 out of 5 buzzes. So once they got 5 judges, 3 of them buzz.
And it's
Yeah. So then, as soon as you don't like what they hear, whatever, you're out. So then it was brutal. Like, people were getting knocked out left, right, and centre. And then next up, it's Matthew. So here's my demo being played out in front of this big auditorium with all the big wigs and all the students across the country. And 1 minute goes by, still no buzzes. 2 minutes goes by. 3 minutes, my whole demo's been played out, no buzzes.
What did they say?
And then they said, okay, this guy, you're talented, like, come and meet us at the radio station, all this kind of stuff.
This is like Willy Wonka type shit.
It was unbelievable. And I think I was the first ever person to never get a buzz in the...
What? Did you say never ever get a buzz?
Yeah, so...
See, this guy is man of many talents.
No, it was just a lot of passion and whatever. So yeah, and then the crazy thing is, I gave up that career.
What?
Said I wake up every morning, pray to God that I'm fixing up. Hope I'm never slipping up. Hear the money calling, need my peace to start getting up. Feeling like I'm blessed, but it came with a bit of luck. Feeling like you stressed, then the tension starts to fill you up. Need an intermission, yeah, they ain't the same lane as us. Come from different sticks, yeah, they're not the same range as us. They cop the pleas and top of teas, they're not hitting range with us. Keep